it did feel very much 0 to 60. And there was about a year and a half, 2 years between that class and then going to NYU. So I
Yeah.
finished my master's of education, but during my final semester there, after my saxophone teacher encouraged me to consider pursuing composition and going on for further study, I was like, you know what? I might as well, because just why not at this point? And so I emailed composers and teachers at every single school I could think of in New York. I did a lot of research, and my Aunt Julie, she's a classically trained singer. She lives in New York. I asked her, may I come stay with you for a little while and visit a bunch of schools to just ask these composers, what do you do as a
Yeah.
composer? What does it look like going on to study composition at this level? And then I made a really cute little portfolio. I still have a copy somewhere, but a little portfolio that included some of my compositions from the class and then selections from Is He Dead, the musical. And I said, I have never really formally studied this before outside of this class and this musical. Can I come here? This is like Juilliard, Yale, Manhattan School, like a bunch
Yeah.
of schools. And I'm just like, I might as well. I threw my hat in the ring once. Why not do it again and just kind of see what happens? So I met a lot of faculty who were really encouraging. And I don't know if that was just like, come to our school, give us money, blah, blah. Or, I think there's a lot of genuine encouragement there. And I sent an email to Julie. I'm like, hello, I am obsessed with this piece of music. May I please come and talk to you about what it is you do, what NYU looks like, and just, what is being a composer. And I showed her my portfolio. She gave me a little lesson. She gave me a copy of Steel Hammers, like the CD, and
Oh, awesome.
I went home and cried. I was so happy.
Did she sign it?
I don't think she did. I should take it. I still
Yeah,
have
just
it.
go over there.
She was like, would you mind? Could you actually sign this? We're coworkers now. I work at NYU now. So I'm like, hey. But I got to sit in on one of the classes she takes. And then I remember afterwards, sitting in the hallway and figuring out, okay, now what am I going to do? This was the end of my visit to NYU, and just, thinking everything over. And she came up to me and thanked me for visiting and said, I really like your music. And that was enough for me. I'm like, cool. My hero likes my music. That's good enough for me. So I applied to like 8 schools for their master's programs and was shockingly admitted to a couple of them. It was Manhattan School, the NYU Tisch musical theater program, and then NYU Steinhardt concert composition program. And I was offered a very generous scholarship from Tisch, and then a fairly generous for what Steinhardt has to offer scholarship from NYU Steinhardt. And the sticker price, woo, it's scary. It was a lot. It's a lot. And I decided to take a year, because this would have been graduating from Truman with my education master's and immediately going into a second program. And I'm like, I don't know if I know enough about this field to immediately dive in and go, 0 to 60. I'm like, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to pursue this and invest this much money, which isn't mine, if I'm going to really dive into this, I want to be 100% sure that I'm going to be able to go as hard as I can and really want to go that hard. I'm like, this is risky. I am leaving a part of the music field that I know is slightly more secure. I mean, the American education system is that's another bag of worms we could get
15 years
into.
ago, it was very different, though, too, right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
it was, and the landscape has changed quite a bit. But even then, that is something that I know I would be able to do and be very successful at. This is something I'm very interested in. It's very new to me. I know that people have been doing it obviously forever, but is this something that I want to do, really do it? And so I told Julie, I'm like, I need to take some time. I am not going to say yes this year. And I'm just going to take some time and figure some stuff out. And so she said, when you reapply, I want to save a spot for you, which was amazing. And so I took a year and I had a couple odd jobs that weren't composing or related to music at all, really. And my second one was working as a federal contractor with Office of Personnel Management and General Service Administration.
That sounds so beige. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. It just is
it was impressively beige. And I had a couple of coworkers who I absolutely adored, who were very kind and supportive and interested and interesting. The work itself was not ideal for me. I did have a federal clearance, which was kind of cool, I guess. And I did paperwork. That's what I could legally tell you. Paperwork. Which is still beige by comparison to what I get to do now, I suppose. And I realized, I was like, though this is a pretty cushy job, it's not for me. And I was really unhappy. And I basically just remember sitting at home being like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I might as well. Like, we live for a really long time. I am 21 at this time, 21 or 22. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to throw my hat in the ring. The worst that can happen is I can go really, really, really far into debt and end up back at the same place that I was. But the same place that I was also fine. And I was happy. So I might as well just see what happens. So I reapplied and NYU admitted me. And I went. And that was almost 10 years ago that I moved to New York and started this journey. And it has been a comically wild ride since then. Like, what's happening at all points during this journey is I don't know what's going on, and that's fine.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Micromaker by Loose Leaf Transmissions. We hope you enjoyed this brief glimpse into the inner workings of the creative life. If this resonated with you, be sure to check out the full conversation on Music Maker with Tyler Kline, a podcast exploring craft and process, philosophy and inspiration, and the honest, often messy parts of being an artist, creative uncertainty, purpose and identity, and resilience. You can find Music Maker wherever you get your podcasts or by visiting musicmakerpodcast.com.